So this is my Lapierre Overvolt 527i AM. In my opinion, it's the only overvolt worth considering, purely based on the looks, because it looks badass. But here's the thing, it also rides badass. And as for the fact that it's an e-bike, well, oh my goodness gracious me, I never expected this at all. It's just a goat up the hills. I haven't put an effort in, but it's reciprocating that effort and giving me more. So I'm going 10 miles an hour uphill, off-road. It's a thing of beauty, that's what I like it to. And when you point it downhill, it's just as badass. But I've only got about an hour spare time. Got home from work, it's a Friday. And honestly, normally, I wouldn't have bothered going out for a ride, because I live right at the bottom of the hill, and it takes a long time to ride to the top of the hill. It's a monster of a hill. There's some awesome trails up there though. But with this thing, well, it's just a different world. You can just go, like, what's down there? You know, I can go and have a look down there because I can ride back up. What's up there? It's just a totally different mentality. And they're extremely capable bikes as well. I've ridden a few e-bikes, but I must admit, I've not really ridden any off-road until now. But I have ridden a lot of normal bikes off-road, and so I do know what I'm talking about, I guess, with riding bikes off-road. And it performs well off-road, you know. And it's a good looking bike as well, I reckon. You know, you'd be alright, you can see it's an e-bike, but it's not obviously an e-bike. And this is a large actually, and to be honest with you, I normally ride larges. I'm about 5'10" and a half, but it's quite small for a large. It's still okay, it's still within the range, but it does feel a little bit cramped. But whether I'd have gone for the XL or not, I don't know. But obviously that's the other thing, you don't really get a chance to ride these things before you buy them. This is the lowest spec range, but they do in this particular range. The other Overvolts they do that have the shock up here, but I don't think they look anywhere near as nice. And I don't care what anyone says, the looks are really important in a bike. And so the reason it's spec'd out, it's got these some sort of ion forks. But you know what? I was really worried about those, but they're actually really nice. Although I think the damper's making a bit of a knocking noise, but I think that's a common fault. But apart from that, they're working perfectly. The brakes are like fairly basic Diors. The gears are Dior. But you know what? Dior do the job. Single piston brakes, 200mm discs though. But with single piston brakes, that's definitely built to a spec there. But they haven't properly bedded in yet, I don't think. I'm not screaming out for better brakes. These brakes seem good enough at the moment. I'm hoping they're going to get a bit better when they bed in. the Lapierre dropper, fantastic. I really thought I was going to have to change that because I've got a reverb on my trail bike and I was going to swap it over, but don't need to. This is, it's cable operated, but it feels exactly like a reverb. It's really, really good. Yeah, so I suppose you could argue that the components are quite basic, but you've got the very same drivetrain that I think it's the 927 is the highest spec one. I picked this up for 3.5. It retails about 4.5, I think. So I'm well happy with it. It's 2018 model. It's got the Shimano steps system on it, so you've got the buttons here to change the mode. Well, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Get moving. You can tell it's been raining a bit recently. I actually like the 2.8 tyres as well, because the jury's seriously out with 2.8 tyres. I think there's a lot of you know, mountain bike aficionados that don't go for the bigger tyres, but I personally think they give you a fantastic feel. They give me more confidence for sure. And these Maxis 2.8s, they don't even look that big. They only look a little bit bigger than a 2.4 or something. Or maybe we've just got used to bigger tyres, who knows. So weight, well, there's no denying it's quite heavy. I do believe this, my friend's got a Canevo and it's lighter than his Canevo. We're not talking massive increments here, but it is lighter. Probably only by like a K or something like that. Or maybe a bit more, I don't know, but it doesn't feel that much lighter. But there's no doubt, the first few times I rode an e-bike, it was in a car park or outside work or something like that on the road, and you just don't really feel them properly in that scenario. You put it in turbo and you go down the road and you have a giggle and you have a laugh with your mates and stuff, but honestly, until you take them off road, you just don't realise the potential of them, and they're just absolutely awesome. So I'm riding Eco at the moment, and even Eco is easier than a normal mountain bike, which is something I was quite sort of fascinated to find out. But it definitely is, because I'm riding my local trail and I know how hard some of the climbs are and my local trails, and even in Eco this bike still goes up them easier. Not enormously easier, but definitely easier. I've not really looked into the app that much yet, but I'm pretty sure you can customise all that, so you could draw off the assistance, I guess, to try and make it as much like a normal bike as possible, because that was what in my head, that's what I wanted to do. I thought, right, if I buy an e-bike, I need to be, because not many of my mates have got these, thinking I need to be to ride it with my mates with normal bikes, and that's what attracted me to the Specialized and the Shimano, because you can customise the modes. But where you can customise the modes, do you know what? You don't want to, because I think if you go out with your mates on normal bikes, you're just not going to have as much fun. And you can talk about fitness, and you can talk about tradition, and you can talk about training, and you can talk about whatever you want to talk about, but you know what? I mountain bike for fun. And obviously fitness comes with that, and that's another reason I do it, but one of these things will definitely maintain your fitness and get you fitter, because you'll be doing more miles. But it comes down to fun at the end of the day. God, these things are fun. They are like super, super, super fun. Can I criticise this bike? I think it would probably be inappropriate for me to do that. It's the first e-bike I've ridden properly. I did have a quick go on the Trek Powerfly, the LT7 from last year, the orange one. Really like the look of that bike actually, but it felt like, what did it feel like? It felt like you were riding a plank of wood. Like if you tried to pop a wheelie or anything like that, there was just no way. Well, you could, but you manually have to put some effort into it. Whereas this wheelies quite well actually. I think it's because of the chain stays. But that thing just did not wheelie. But this one popped up really quite easily. It's really quite playful. It's easier to do wheelies in trail mode than eco, but buddy hops, endos, all that sort of stuff. It's all just not a lot different to how it is on normal bikes, really. But yeah, the Trek Powerfly, and also the Bosch motor's massive. It's got that tiny little cog on it. Just makes it look like something that's, I don't know, it just makes it look not like a bike. Whereas the Shimano one and the Rose motor, they have the standard chainring on them. So it just looks like a normal bike, you know. And there's some really good deals going around on the Trek Powerfly as well. And if you get it cheap enough, I suppose it'd be a great bike. Trek make great bikes, but it wasn't for me. And what was the other one I rode? I rode the Focus Sam as well. The Enduro Focus one, and it's a really nice bike, that. But ultimately with that, yeah, I'm coming to a hill now, and I'm in eco still. Ultimately with that Focus, put it in trail, make it a bit easier. This is quite steep here, you probably can't tell on the camera. The Focus comes with like a 380 watt-hour battery or something, and it's a little bit lighter because of that, and you could argue that offsets the lower range or whatever, but there was just something about the Focus which didn't quite hit the spot for me. And they're also quite expensive as well. The Sam is anyway. Well, actually, you can get the Sam for £4 grand, like the cheapest one. The one I was looking at was the £4.5 grand one, I think, which did have a bit of a reduction on it. Nearly went for that, but in fact, you know, one of the reasons I didn't go for that is they wanted to charge me £200 for the interest-free credit, and I was like, well, it's not interest-free credit, is it, if you're charging me £200 for it? And it's a small thing, but just annoyed me a little bit. So whereas this, I financed part of it, and yeah, it's 0% no charge, so I don't know. I just like the look of this bike. For me, this Lapierre is the best looking e-bike out there, bar none. Okay, and can I criticise this bike? Well, single pot brakes, probably do with twins really. Well, do you know what, I think I'm only saying that because everybody else would say it. I haven't had any problems with the single ones yet, so actually they're probably fine. Forks have been fine. Dampers are making a bit of a knocking noise though. What else? Quite small for a large. You might want to check that if you're, you know, on the edge of a large or an XL or something. And if you're a medium or on the edge of a medium or a large, definitely go for the large. Well, you know, deal brakes, but it's got a derailleur with a clutch on it. It's 10 speed. What more do you need? You know, deal's like minimum standard, really, isn't it?